Okay, buongiorno everyone. Welcome to the press conference for the 45th Golden Gala Pietromania presented by EP, which will be staged tomorrow, Friday, 6th of June at Stadio Olimpico, the Olympic Stadium here in Rome. This is also the fifth leg of the 2025 Wanda Diamond League meeting circuit and the first of a series of Wanda Diamond League meets in Europe. To all the media and guests here in the room and to all of those watching the live stream across the world, bienvenuti. Please note that this press conference is organized in three parts. The first part, we will be joined by President of Italian Athletics Federation, Stefano May, and Meeting Director, Marco Sicari. In the second and third parts, we will have panels with international and Italian athletes. In each part, there will be an opportunity for questions from the audience, but also press points at the end, which will be conducted by our colleagues from the LOC media team. The whole press conference will be conducted in English. There will be translation available, so if you haven't done so, please do grab one of the devices to allow you to follow the event in your Italian language. Without much further ado, please join me in welcoming Stefano May, President of the Athletics Italian Federation, and Meeting Director Marco Sicari, Meeting Director of the Golden Gala Pietromania, presented by IP. President Stefano, I welcome you to join us to a few words.
Good morning. Welcome to all of you. I'm so glad and I'm so proud to be here for the 45th time, because I'm old, but I was young when the meeting started in 1980, and I was here, not as an athlete, but like a spectator. And I think that once again in Rome, in the beautiful town of Rome, it will be a beautiful show tomorrow night. We try to organize the best meeting possible in this moment of the season, and so I'm sure that tomorrow night we'll see a beautiful show and with a lot of Italian athletes. Obviously, that this thing is for me proud for that, and but not just Italians. Obviously, a lot of world stars of the athletics, and for the details, I leave the front to Marco.
Marco, welcome. Quite an impressive lineup here at the Golden Gala Pietromania, with Olympic champions, Diamond League champions, medalists across global major championships. Would you tell us a bit more about that lineup and what to expect tomorrow?
So, thanks, Antonio. Welcome to all of you. Good morning. But before saying that, Antonio, please, let me just say a few words remembering a friend of all of us who yesterday passed away, a colleague, a journalist who has been following all the 45 editions of the Golden Gala, a friend of sport, a friend of athletics. So I invite you just to remember him for a few seconds in silence. Giorgio Lo Giudice. Thank you. Sorry, Antonio. I think now we can.
Thank you, Marco. It's very much appreciated.
Yeah. So let's go back to the Golden Gala. We expect to be a great athletics night. I hope so. Obviously, having worked to the lineup and also to the organization of this edition along the whole year, together with a team composed by Italian Federation and Sport e Salute, the government agency for sports in Italy, who manages also the stadium and the area of Foro Italico. So it's exciting for me. We have 11 Olympic champions, 6 reigning Olympic champions from Paris last year, and more than 60, I would say 61, as we lost Simonelli, the Italian hurdler, last night because of a flu. More than 60 international medals representing on the field. In my opinion, we have several, many points of interest. I would say maybe the best one will come from the track with the ladies in the 5,000 meters. We have the Olympic champion Chebet from Kenya, together with Gudaf Segai from Ethiopia, and Nadia Battocletti. Nadia Battocletti and Chebet, they are silver and gold medal. So we expect to be a great race in the 5,000 meters. We are also expecting great field events, as we have the high jump with the reigning Olympic champion from 2 last editions, Hamish Kerr and Gianmarco Tamberi. And also, I would say, one of the best events we are setting to, we're waiting for is the discus, the women's discus, where we have 9 of the first 10 best ranking in the world, including Valarie Allman, who is twice Olympic champion. So, we expect to be a great athletics night, also considering that the season has not just started, but it's entering, I would say, in the real heart, and having also the new combination, not new, but not really happening every time, of having the World Championships at the end of the season. So the athletes, many of the athletes have just started. They are now entering in the best shape. So I'm quite curious to see what will happen in the Olympic Stadium tomorrow night.
The Olympic Stadium, iconic venue, it's quite monumental. Is it possible still to get tickets? Where would the fans be able to get tickets? Because how important it is for them to support this crowd. And they usually do, so it's not my first time at Golden Gala. It won't be certainly the last. And there's always been an incredible atmosphere.
Thanks for saying that, Antonio. We will keep the ticketing open until the very last moment. So we will, in the old way, standard way, they will be able also to buy tickets right at the stadium or buy the Ticket One, which is our ticketing company. And also we have promoted discounts for our members, FIDAL members, the Italian Federation of Athletics members. So I think it's a great show that no one has to miss. And I also would say, I don't know, we may ask to Gianmarco Tamberi then. It's one of the last chances they have to see Gianmarco Tamberi in action at the Olympic Stadium. So I think if you are a young athlete, if you are an athletic fan, you cannot miss it.
There's a lot more to the Golden Gala than just the night. There's also the Silver Gala, there's also the pre-event. So how important it is for Golden Gala to include a series of events and a series of different athletes, different ages across age groups.
Yes, it's very important, and I'm lucky to have here the president of the Italian Federation, because he also promoted this part of the event, because we are all convinced that the Golden Gala is not just the show of 2 hours, including the best athletes of the world, but it's also a way to bring into the stadium in one night all different expressions, I would say. So young kids, they will run a relay, a 12 by 200 relay that will involve about 1,000 competitors in more than 3 hours. Sorry, starting at 4 p.m. It's the so-called Palio dei Comuni, because it involves cities all around the country. They're coming from Sicily, from North, from Lombardia, from Florence, all around the country. Many of them obviously are coming from Rome and the surroundings. And then we will also have Paralympics competitions and also master competitions, so over 40. So it's a way for us to show how athletics can be a way to include everyone.
For some, it will be definitely their first opportunity of running at an Olympic stadium. For others, it's just coming back. And that also takes me to another topic, which is the topic of sustainability. Would you be able to tell us a bit more about how Golden Gala is involved with sustainability?
Thank you, Antonio, once again, because I'm proud to say that we are really on the way to let our event be more sustainable than ever. And we also are proud to say that in Italy we are the first event, in athletics in particular, that is running this way, also thanks to the invite coming from World Athletics and the project Athletics for a Better World. And I'm happy to say that we will have also a special testimonial for this, who is Nadia Battocletti, who is really a strong education on sustainability and was really happy to be part of this project.
And just to finish, you've mentioned we've done a minute of silence for your colleague Giorgio Lo Giudice. It's a household name in sports media, in particular in Rome, through his extensive coverage, not only of athletics, but rugby, boxing, water polo. How important it is for Golden Gala also to honor this remarkable professional.
Yeah, it's very important for us. I will try not to be too emotional. Remember that, because Giorgio was a real friend. And I have heard, like many others here, his voice on the tribune for years. So we will miss him a lot.
And I'm sure you'll continue to hear his voice on the tribune all the time you step back. Thank you very much. I will open now the floor to questions to either Marco or President Stefano May. You're more than welcome to ask your own questions.
In case you have questions, because my first option is not to steal time to the athletes, because it's their day today. And I think that President Alfredo agrees with me with that.
We have 1 minute, Italian and Portuguese timekeeping, perfect. So, if not, thank you very much, Stefano May, thank you, Marco Sicari, and thank you everyone. Welcome to part 2 of this press conference, and all alone we've got 3 Olympic champions, 1 European champion, just is in the first panel. To the athletes, welcome to Rome, and thank you very much for taking time off your training and personal schedule to be here. For some of you, once again, at a press conference. With us we have Hamish Kerr from New Zealand, Olympic champion, world indoor champion, Commonwealth champion, and also area record and national record holder in the men's high jump. From the United States of America, Valarie Allman, double Olympic champion, 4-time Wanda Diamond League final winner, also an area record, national record holder in the women's discus throw. Joining us also from Italy, we have Filippo Tortu, Olympic, European and World Relays Champion in the 4x100, silver and bronze European individual medalist and a former European Under-20 champion. And last but not the least, Leonardo Fabbri, current European reigning champion in the shot put and also Diamond League winner, world indoor and outdoor medalist and national record holder with a personal best of 22 and 98 meters in the shot put. I will start with Hamish, five-time Diamond League meet winner. Most recent win in Rabat, only a few days. You've had a busy season so far, both competing outdoors and indoors due to, in New Zealand, completely different weather. At this time of year, how much are you willing to compromise the height in order thinking ahead of where you want to be later when we have the Tokyo World Championships?
Yeah, I have been competing a lot this year already, but I think, I love to compete and I love to, get out and perform in front of the crowd. And I think for me, I always want to jump as high as I can. I don't want to compromise any height, but at the same time, for us, it's all around where I am in my training and where my jumping kind of fits in with that. So, it's getting better and better, and I'm sure tomorrow will be a continuation of that, and looking forward to seeing how I go.
Your personal best is 2:36. You stand at 6'6" tall, approximately 2 meters. Your personal best is actually almost 40 centimeters on top of that. So when did you realize your natural attributes for sports, and particularly athletics, and why did you go for athletics and not something else like volleyball or basketball?
Or rugby for New Zealand. But no, I think, I was always a sporty kid. I loved to play sport and get out of the classroom and spend as much time on the sports field as possible. So, I think athletics for me, I love the feeling of being able to do a personal best and really measure myself against anyone in the world, on any given competition that I do. And so that's something that I loved as a kid was just those numbers and being able to really push hard and then get a better result. So it's kind of kept me in the sport, and every year I got a little bit better, and now I'm here doing what I do. And so that's sort of what's kept me in it. I love athletics and love jumping.
Being tall is not enough. So what specific training do you continue to do in order to be at top level throughout, especially in most recent years and your remarkable 2024 season?
Yeah, it's a bit of a balance of physical attributes and then also technical attributes and mental attributes. So, it's about what's appropriate to kind of line all those things up. And, for the physical attributes especially, we try and be as fast as possible, but also be able to control that through our curve and our takeoffs. So, there's a lot of different moving parts. And I think on any given day I've got, a few of them available. At the moment I'm quite strong and I feel like I've done some really good training, but my technique hasn't really kind of clicked on yet. But that's kind of the game is making sure all those things really line up once the big championship comes.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to Valarie Allman. Not much of an indoor season for you due to the long throws. So where are you with your training right now, considering this is going to be a very long season with the Tokyo World Championships only in September? And in fact, it seems like it's surprising it's yet a title to be added to your remarkable track record.
I love that the structure of the season is kind of getting redesigned for this year, that the championship will be the grand finale of the season. So for us, with not having an indoor, we love to come up with a good plan. So we kind of have two parts to the season. One where we prepped early, and it's really about finding a groove, competing, normalizing the best of the world. And then part two is really tailoring your craft so that when you go into the ring, you can execute at the highest ability. You're really only thinking about yourself. So for 2025, our North Star is World Championships. It's one of those things that I want to know I really gave my all and go into it feeling as confident and ready as possible. Anything can happen on that stage. But I really love this part of the season. It's kind of where you build that foundation that ends up really being able to help you be your best later, of competing and being able to go to such amazing, beautiful cities. Rome is probably the Diamond League that I've hoped to be at for my entire professional career. So to finally be here is really special.
You've mentioned Rome and visiting Rome. We know that you've had the chance to visit the Colosseum. You're also a former ballet dancer. So what inspiration have you been able to draw from visiting such an iconic monument like the Colosseum for your performance tomorrow?
Oh my gosh, it was spectacular. I feel like I was preparing for Gladiator 3. I'm proposing a discus plot. I'm ready to go fight. But it was beautiful. I mean, the history that is in the city, every corner you walk around, I mean, there's just something absolutely stunning. So it's really inspiring to be in a place where there's such beauty, there's such incredible history, and I hope to be able to write some of that tomorrow at the competition.
And on top of that, you are competing in a field tomorrow that is perhaps the most decorated field of this event. You're up against another double Olympic champion and multiple world champions. How do you feel about that? How do you face the competition?
Yeah, it will be a very strong fight, but I love that. You know, I think it's I'm proud that I've gotten to a point where I see the start list and it motivates me. It makes me want to be at my best along with them, but I know that my competitors are very strong. Everyone wants to win every single meeting. That's just how it is at this point, but I feel proud and excited about where I'm at and plan to give it my best.
Yeah, I think everyone likes to win, and I think everyone also would like to see you starring in Gladiator 3 for sure. So never know. Cinecittà is very close, so you never know. Thank you very much. Filippo, you are without a doubt a massive asset in any relay team, and only a year ago you proved that in this exact same stadium. But as an individual sprinter, and given the choice, would you rather run the 100 or the 200 here at Golden Gala, or maybe even both in the same night?
Both is too much for me. One race is enough, but I'm happy to come back here and run 100 meters because it's a lot of time is passed, and I would like to run more than 100 meters this year. The last years I was focused on 200 meters, and this year I want to come back to run under 10 seconds, and I think tomorrow will be the great race to come back to run 100 meters, so I'm very happy to be here. And also because last time I ran in this stadium, I win a gold medal in European Championship, and I'm happy to come back here.
You're also one of the crowd favorites here in Rome. This is your home turf. How important is that support from your family, friends and fans? And for those that still have the chance to buy a ticket for this year's Golden Gala, what would you like them to experience?
Yeah, a lot of my friends are coming here for the race from Milan by car, and so I bought for them the tickets, and I think it's like a tradition for us. Every time I compete here, since 2017, I think was my first Golden Gala. All my friends come here to cheer me, and I'm happy and proud about this. And I think we will go out for dinner after the race. Also, the race it's late this time, but I think I hope that some restaurant wait for us.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Thank you very much. And also someone that has won Diamond League and also on his home turf when it was hosted in Firenze. Leo, competing at home has proven to be a really important factor for your success, with already a win at Golden Gala in 2023. Also, when you won the European title here in this same stadium in Rome. What are you hoping for tomorrow, other than a win like everyone else?
Yeah, just wanna have fun, because Rome is a big opportunity for us to make people happy, our fans. So I always enjoy Rome, especially at European last year. So I want to feel the same sensation that I felt last year.
Your personal best is 22.98, so close to that benchmark of 23 meters. And that happened also with a successive series of 22 meters throws last season. We've talked about recently and about how you used to stay up very late after each time you threw 22 meters. How do you manage your rest and recovery after such a big throw? But equally, yours and everyone's expectations of then at the start of the season, because you might not be under 22 or 23 meters just yet.
Yeah, no, the biggest mistake that people can make now is compare myself now than last year in May, because last year in May we were in such a great shape because of European in June. Now we're working very hard in terms of Tokyo, which is in September. So I'm getting better day by day, but still not ready for 23, but hopefully for 22 I think I'm ready now.
Yeah. It might not quite appear, but when you want, you're quite the showman. Is the gladiator hat coming out again tomorrow?
I hope so. I've got it with me, so it's ready. I must be ready for a big one. If a big one is coming, you're going to see the helmet tomorrow.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you much. I will open now the floor to questions for any of the athletes. So please do state your name and what media outlet you're representing, just to make it easier to establish the connection. Our colleague will go around with the microphone. If no questions, I just ask one more question to each. So I've asked Leo about the hat. We'll go now backwards. Filippo, as a 4x100 relay expert, and if you just had 4 athletes that are on this panel, what would be the running order for each one of them and why?
I think Leo, it's good for the bench. And
There's a bullshit. I'm quicker than him on the 30 meters.
It's a good starter, so he can go in the first part. I want to run the last because I'm more comfortable. You can think you can run the second and you the third for the turn. I think it's a good specialist, so it can be a.
Why not me on the last one?
Because the most beautiful you have to put in the first because there is the camera on you and the presentation, so we can put Leo.
Brilliant. I think we've got a relay for tomorrow. So let's make this Golden Gala even more inclusive than it already is. And Valarie, we've talked about the ballet before. And just what have you been able to draw from your experience as a ballet dancer, and we know how demanding ballet can be, to become the remarkable athlete that you are today?
Yeah, I think it would be really fun if all athletes had to do some kind of dance training. I think it's one of those things that dancers have such an athleticism that they don't necessarily realize. Your coordination, your balance, your core strength, that it does really relate to any kind of athletic endeavor. But I think the thing for me that I've carried the most and I didn't realize would be so helpful is you as a dancer, you have to perform. You have to be able to go on stage and do a movement that you've practiced many times. And for me, the ring is now my stage. And I walk onto there and the movement is quick. It's a second and a half. It has to be as precise as possible. So to be able to feel like I have that performative element, I think is something that's helped me along my way.
Brilliant. And last, just to finish with Hamish, after Doha, do you have any notes for the organizers? And I mean, what would the ideal event look like for you? And who would you like to be able to talk to in order to bring like a major event back home to New Zealand?
I think firstly we have to talk to the weatherman and make sure that it's nice back home. But no, I mean Doha was amazing. I think that street meets for high jump and for field events especially is really taking off, and I think it's an amazing kind of showcase for our event when there's one thing on and everyone is there to support that. And so yeah, I hope that we get something down in New Zealand maybe in January and February when everyone's on off season and it's too cold in Europe. They can come down and enjoy our summer. But yeah, I genuinely think that those kinds of meets are so much fun, and just the crowd atmosphere is great. But at the same time, when you get a big stadium and you fill it up with crazy high jump supporters, then it'll also be amazing.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. I won't take much of your time. There will be opportunity for one-to-one questions right now. Is there a question there? Okay. Still on time.
Thank you. Is it working? Just one question to Hamish Kerr. Mattia Furlani, La Repubblica. Gianmarco Tamberi asked his followers to choose if he had to compete at the Golden Gala. So would you do the same? Is it a way to make a little bit more charming, funny, the athletics? Is it a way of to look for the future in this sport?
I think if I put a poll up asking to do Rome Diamond League, it might be a little bit different. But, for him, it is a great way to get the crowd involved and really showcase that he's turning up. So, yeah, I'm not sure I would do the same thing, but at the same time, I'm really happy he's here. I know that any competition I do with Tamberi is always amazing, and he is such a showman, so I'm looking forward to competing with him tomorrow for sure.
If there are no further questions, thank you very much. I think if there are then one-to-one questions, press points, please do just follow the guidance of our colleagues from the LSE media team. Thank you very much, Hamish, Valarie, Filippo, and Leo, and all the best for tomorrow. We're looking forward to it. Okay, welcome back, everyone, to the third and final part of our press conference of the Golden Gala Pietromenia presented by IP. To the athletes, welcome to Rome. Thank you very much also for being here and taking time off your personal and training schedules. With us in this panel, we've got Gianmarco Tamberi from Italy, Olympic, world outdoor and indoor champion, three-time Diamond League final winner and also national record holder in the men's high jump. Next to him, Mattia Furlani, world indoor champion, under-20 world record holder, Olympic bronze medalist and two-time European silver medalist will be competing in the long jump. Nadia Battocletti, also from Italy, silver Olympic medalist and multiple European champion in the 5,000, 10,000 on the track, but also European cross-country champion across all age groups and now senior level 2. From Kenya, we've got Beatrice Chebet, three-time world record holder, double Olympic champion, and Diamond League winner and a world champion. And last but not the least, welcome Carey McLeod from Jamaica, world indoor bronze medalist, Diamond League meet winner, and Pan American under-20 silver medalist. We're ready to start. Gianmarco, we'll start with you. An athlete and a man that needs no presentation. Back to Golden Gala, apparently by public demand as well. How significant would it be for you to gift all your fan base, everyone in the crowd, with a win here at Golden Gala?
Good morning, everyone. It's always a pleasure to see your faces after a long time. So I'm very happy to be here and honored to participate again at the Golden Gala. I don't know if my 6 or 7 times I compete in this competition, and of course, it's one of my favorite, or the circuit. The fun, the crowd here is amazing, and giving the support to the Italian track and field is one of my biggest goal in what I'm doing. So it's a big pleasure to be here, even if my road to started in a different way this year, as everyone knows, and probably as we will say later. But it was very important to me to be present, try to take the energy from the crowd, try to give it back something, and yeah, very happy to be here.
The mood completely changed when you walked in. You are a mood in itself. You've taken on the responsibility also in the past of being team captain for Italy very seriously. And how much have you been able to share with the younger athletes of your experience as the athlete that you are?
Yeah, honestly, I try to give it back, everything that I learned over these years. I hate this kind of behavior where you have to take it all for yourself. I hate this kind of behavior that we call nonnismo in Italy, the way the old athletes doesn't want to share with the young ones and want to take them down. I like to take from them. I like to see these young athletes growing. I like to see the result of them and take energy from them. So what I have done since the beginning with my group, high jump group, especially with Sotti, Stefano, because of course he's the oldest of the young, and yeah, with him I try to share all my knowledge, everything I have learned over these years. And I'm trying to do the same also with the youngest. And yeah, I hope they can confirm my behavior, always being very, very open with them and trying to help where I can. So in the other end, as I told, they are really big push to me since a long time. I remember, like, first image came in my mind is when Larissa, a long time ago, jumps in this indoor competition. It was probably 2018 or something like that. In a long jump, she did a crazy, in the Italian championship, she did a crazy result, and the day after it was my competition. I remember she pushed me a lot, like they push me always, so I have to thank them to give me the fire to keep going.
You almost act like a father figure. On that note, the Tamberi household is extending. How excited are you to become a working dad, and have you started making plans to then be able to conciliate what the Tokyo Olympics and being a dad as well?
Yeah, I remember last year we were sitting here, somebody was asking me about the future, if it was in my mind to become a father or whatever. So we were speaking about the future, and now we're speaking about the present, and I'm very glad, happy. And really, it's such an amazing feeling to wait for becoming a father. I see my wife; she's in she's changing in a wonderful way. Like I'm really every day more in love for her and for the new princess that is coming. I see this belly growing, and I'm just becoming crazy of it, and I'm very happy. I want to continue to go to the track, try to keep going with the high level, and in this I have to honestly give a thanks also to, of course, my staff, people is around me that they understand what is going on and trying to help me to still perform. I have to thanks to the federation also in the name of Stefano May to allow me to keep going and help me to try to reach my goal. That of course is going to be Los Angeles after what happened in Paris. So everything is different. You have to adjust yourself. You have to understand. But it's just amazing. I'm honestly saying that I think this little baby that I never met yet gave me the energy, the courage, the brave to keep going. And so I just can imagine how much she can give me when she will be alive.
And thank you for sharing that. And of course, congratulations are in order to you and your wife that
Thank
are
you very
expecting
much.
a baby. And we're moving now to Mattia. Mattia, you had just turned 20 years old when you won gold at the World Indoors in Nanjing only a few months ago. Remarkable achievements for a young, yet extremely talented young man. How much of what you are achieving is just natural talent, and how much is consistent hard work?
Good morning to everyone. I think, well, I worked so much this year, and for me, I think it's so much consistent and not so only talent, because the talent is nothing if you not do working and very well. And I think the work we do this year with my mother, my coach too, I think we go in the right road, and we go to work well for the future now and to stay focused for the season.
It hasn't been too long since we've talked after you won European under-18 gold. It's only been a couple of years, but it seems miles away. How have you made that transition from competing at age groups to competing at senior level with some of the best athletes in the world, in which you are now part of as well?
Well, the Diamond League, I think, is one of these, because I do my first Diamond League after the Under-20 Championships. I remember one in Zurich and in Lausanne. And really, I keep so much experience of that, because I do failure, but this failure, he helped me to growing up well for stay focused and prepared now for the important championship like Paris, the Olympic Games. Is me helping me too much for doing very well in the Paris, and I think it is.
You're back competing at the Stadio Olimpico in Rome. Only a year ago, you won silver medal at European Championships. How prepared are you for this competition tomorrow? What have you and your coach, which happens also to be your mum, have been working on since the World Indoors in Nanjing?
Yeah, I think tomorrow is a really race with only the mind, because physically I'm ready. I think I can go very well tomorrow. But for me, it's a really dreaming, because I remember in 2016, I'm in the Curva Sud, only watch Gianmarco, and now I'm racing here. For me, it's an honor. And really, I'm so excited for tomorrow, and we see what the future will have for me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Nadia, last time we spoke, you had just won another cross-country European title, only a few days after you did an important exam at university. You skipped World Indoors back in March, so how important is it to compromise some events in order for you to be able to prepare for what the summer is bringing?
Good morning to everyone. It's a complicated question, because I think it's not easy to prepare exam and also to be a professional athlete. Of course, there are some season where you have to focus more on athletics, training, physio, and races. So now I have to balance two exams and this race, and then I go to a training camp. So probably I will be more focused in the next season.
This year at Golden Gala, you've also taken a new role of Ambassador Sustainability. How have you been embracing this role, this responsibility? And has it been a challenge? And is there a message that you'd like to convey about sustainability and sports needing to be more sustainable?
Yes, it's a pleasure for me to be an image about sustainability, also because I study a lot and probably my thesis focus on this theme. And I think we have to focus on what is important for us, and when we are focused on small things, we can do better. So probably we have to interest in very small things, and then we have a very big result.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on now to Beatrice Chebet. After 8 years, the 5,000 is now returning to Golden Gala, and what an impressive field with both African and European athletes that have been some of the best in the sport that has seen in recent years. How much are you looking forward to step out on the track tomorrow?
Good afternoon, everyone. For me, I'm happy being in Rome today, and tomorrow we expect to run good because I know everyone is ready. Everyone who is coming here is ready to race, and everyone is competing to make a win. So for me, I'm ready. I'm prepared, mentality and everything. So for tomorrow, I hope for good performance, good run, and have fun and enjoy the race. Yeah.
And how important it is that you mentioned to have fun as well when you perform at this level. Over the years, there's been a great and healthy rivalry between you and athletes like Gudaf Tsegai from Ethiopia, and on occasions, world records and some really fast times in history have been set. No pressure intended, but what should we be hoping for tomorrow in terms of times and overall performance?
For tomorrow is just run good. Of course, there is a rival between us and other athletes, but for tomorrow, everyone run his own race, and the performance, we expect a good performance, yeah.
And on that note, so how do you tend to manage your own expectations, but also everyone else's expectations that you need to do an impressive performance every time you step out on the track?
For me, I just want to run good tomorrow. That's the only target, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. Carey McLeod from Jamaica. We know you have some experience from the NCAA. What have you been able to draw from that competition to compete in the international circuit like the Wanda Diamond League and to be able to win medals at major global championships like you did this indoor season?
Good morning, everyone. I think for me college was like a high-level competition to now, because growing up in Jamaica, we have one of the hardest championship, the Boys and Girls Championship. So I think that kind of molded me going into college. And then into college, I kind of took the same energy and kind of reignite that flame of competing against different age group. Because, college, it don't matter what age you are. You get to compete with everyone, whether they're a senior or a freshman. So I think that was something that I had to put on big boys pants to kind of compete with them. And it was actually great. So high school to college was kind of like that transition, and then from college to being professional, that's kind of like the same mindset, because you can't change stuff if it's working. You just kind of, try to better it. So,
in recent years, we also have witnessed Jamaicans also to put their mark on field events, not just known as a sprinting nation. And although you are a long and triple jumper, you also have been known to run the 4x100, so you're also a sprinter. How do you feel, how important is it for Jamaican to be recognized as more than just a sprinting nation? And what do you think, what steps need to be done in order to foster that?
I think it's a good thing that Jamaica is showcasing other talents. But, the likes of sprints, everyone kind of gravitates a little bit more to sprints. And then now the marks that we put out here on the field events is getting more excited, as you can see. Like, field events is getting more excited, so I think Jamaica is heading in the right direction in the sense of, from a marketing perspective, we put ourselves on the market to showcase that we're not just a sprint country, but also we are dominated in the field events also.
Thank you very much. I'm aware that we have 5 athletes now. There'll be some questions from the audience, so I would open the floor to questions now. If no more questions, I've got one more for each, just to finish that before we go to the one-to-one press points, and I'll go in reverse order. Carey, being an athlete in the international circuit, and in your case coming from Jamaica across the world, it's not always possible to have friends, family, coach, your team with you. So it can be quite lonely. Can you tell us a bit more about who supported you in your last event in Prague? In particular, who did all the filming for all your jumps?
Oh, that was actually funny. So I came over here, I didn't have my coach, and I saw this guy in the stands, and I was like, I'm going to just give him my phone and just have him record, because, you know, being in a technical event, you got to know a lot of stuff, especially if your coach can't be there. So I think over the years of gathering information about the sport, becoming a student of the event, I took it up on myself to say, okay, I'm going to just have someone record me, and then I could just look at it and make quick decisions on the spot. And I think that's something that, you know, kind of like a little bit separates me a lot from a lot of people that I've been around and stuff, learning the event and learning how to make a quick decision in such short notice. So shout out to the fan that was in the stands that helped me a lot.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. For Beatrice Chebet, you mentioned about having fun. Have you had the opportunity to visit Rome? And do you always make time in the competitions that you go also to relax and visit those cities? Do you have that opportunity?
For now, I don't have any opportunity to visit anywhere, but I just have to enjoy fun in track, to meet the fans who come to cheer us. So eventually we will enjoy and have fun with them at the track.
Yeah, we probably need to organize also you to visit Rome, because it's a beautiful city and worth visiting when you're not on the track. And for Nadia, you've been running some incredible fastest times and never cease to amaze us. How, again, same question I've done to other athletes, how do you manage your own expectations? Because you come across as working really hard and also wanting to be at a top level.
Usually when I'm on the start line, I know what will happen in a race. Of course, if everything is going to be fine. So in training, I just know and see my shape. So probably in this way, I can manage my expectation and probably the expectation of my staff, my team, and also all fun.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Mattia, we've seen, like, you get inspiration also from Gianmarco, but for the next upcoming European Under-18 events, you're becoming an ambassador for Rieti, so also your home turf. How important is that, and what inspiration have you drawn from Gianmarco to take the role of ambassador?
Oh, it's so important, because I think the inspiration is the most important part for athletes, and these jobs for the athletes is important to inspire the young stars, and this is the secret for growing up big stars. And yeah, I'm so excited because in my home I growing up in Rieti and see the new future stars coming to the big stage. It's crazy, it's amazing, and really I'm so excited for this.
A couple of years ago in Jerusalem, the first thing you said to me when I interviewed was like, my English is not very good. Can you feel the difference also in your confidence in just a couple of years? It hasn't been that long, and you are a very young man still.
Yeah, and that's is a training for me, for training my English, and like traveling and do it, the experience around the world is training me my English and also training my mind. And I'm so happy because, yeah, I do difficult to talk in English. It's not the best, my English, but with the time and talking, I growing up and I getting better.
Yeah, and well done, because in a couple of years I've just seen the difference, and it's almost, your English is almost as good, if not as good, as your jumps. It's incredible, so well done. Gianmarco.
So did improve more in a long jump on English?
I think both, yeah. I think they are at the same level. Yeah,
it's much better, I agree.
It's only been 2 years ago, and it was impressive, and I remember quite vividly. Gianmarco, I've asked Filippo Tortu about putting together a relay team with the other athletes that he had on his panel. We also know that you post about sprints quite a lot. How would you convince Filippo to add you to his relay team, and which leg would you like to run?
Did he add me?
No, he didn't, but if you had to convince him to add him.
What should I say to him?
Yeah,
don't do it. Is it enough? No, I'm joking. I mean, I'm training a lot in the sprints, as probably every track athlete does, but I cannot say I'm a word for the relay at all, honestly.
You've talked about LA 2028. Also, earlier someone was mentioning that you could be heading to retirement, but are you ready for retirement? And most importantly, do you feel that your fan base would be ready for your retirement?
No, probably they were not. The point was after Paris. I mean, I focus all my energy until Paris to perform in that stage at the highest level. I think I have never done a year as I have done in 2024 in mentally, body, physically preparation and everything. So I was probably in the best shape ever if you count the experience and everything. And how it goes there, how it went there, it was a very big thing to go over it. So it takes a while. And I remember in those months where I was pretty confident to stop. A lot of people were stopping me in the street and asked me with please don't stop, please go on another year, please don't stop. And I was very confused to what I want to do and not to do what the other wants for me. But in the end, as I say before, when the new surprise came, I understood what was my path, and I didn't just want to go for 1 year. I decided to keep longer. I decided to put the bar higher and try to reach this big dream of Los Angeles, even if, of course, there are going to be a lot of obstacles, there are going to be a lot of difficulties. But if I would have said, okay, I will go on year by year, probably I would have stopped after 1 or 2 years, because there are many things to challenge you over 4 years. So that's why I decided, okay, if I go on, I want to go on until LA. And of course, these 7-8 months that we have passed now, it was the first 7 months of this road to LA, and I had to invest these months to try make my body healthy again, because I pushed a lot in the last 15 years. I don't know. I would have said 2, 3, but in the end I was pushing since 2013 without no stop. So I need it for my mind, but I need it especially for my body. I was trying with my team that work consistently and with a lot of experience for try to solve one big problem that I have in my knee, and we are getting out of it, and I'm very proud of them, very proud of the job I have done, and honestly also proud of the choice not to go back in training and just think about medal again, try to get the World Championship gold in my pocket, and try to have the courage to be brave, to think about 4 years later, because you have to invest now, you have to do a choice, you have to say something. I cannot have it all, you know, and now it's coming back, because I feel I'm here. I didn't thought I could have competed in the Golden Gala this year, and I'm very happy to be here. Of course, my shape now, it cannot be the same of last year in Europeans, but I'm here, and I will do all my best tomorrow to try to see where I am and where I start from, but for sure without any pain. That is a big deal until LA. So I'm very happy for the things we have done.
Yeah, and just to finish, if you're a fan and you haven't got your ticket for Golden Gala, what are they missing out? What is the message that you pass on to those two?
Sorry.
If you're a fan and you haven't got a ticket to come and see Golden Gala tomorrow, what would be the last word for them to come and be here tomorrow with us?
My fan has already the tickets.
Everyone else's.
But of course, if somebody's not my fan, jokes apart, guys, tomorrow is track and field is going great in Italy. We are doing a great job. Young athletes are growing, but they are not young anymore, because they are delivering crazy results. And last year in the Europeans, I think, who have not been in the stadium have missed one of the greatest European championship ever for our country. And this is something that's not coming back. So tomorrow we will be there. We will be ready to take your support. So we need your support over this season. By my side, I don't know how many times you will see me more in this stadium, so don't lose the chance to be there, guys. I need your support.
Brilliant, and we're looking forward to it, and we wish you all, 5 of you, all the best for the
Thank you very
competition.
much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I think we'll now join for a group photo, the traditional group photo. I'll take your microphone. Just a reminder that we will have press points 1-to-1 now, and our LSE colleagues